shooters, turn you to tuna. I bust chops from third block since Little Mass Kevin Lucas. In the holler, big as a monster. JB kept his waist spinning, beat 3 bodies from Yonkers. I ain't get a knuckle game of commissary. A goonie, look, don't move boomy. Look, been getting money since KC Zoom and Little Mookie. I draw XL and Shakur to bang Integras and Accords. I ran with Chow Chow, I ran with Hands. I ran with Skeety Mo Bezo and Mike Farrington. I ran with Chow Chow, I ran with Hands. I ran with Skeety Mo Bezo and Mike Farrington. Look, I'm from 590 with bitch on guard, a lot of God knowledge. Need the God Ross song. My physical Henry G, Darren King, Alley Cat, Little Dap, Carsheen, Kaz, and Hawk King. Salute Whip, Demon, Spank, Red Taz Gang, the whole A from Little Lab Pang. Murderville protected Diddy as he built. He left the real and ran with Gene Dill. That big wish, Mount Vernon YGs. And Wolf team from the Valley was in Cali. We ran the red zone to tell them Jones Beast. Make no mistake, that was Mount Vernon YGs. And born culture, the Bloods came to now wild. The Red Army, I was God Body. In the holler with Troll Man, cousin Bloody Marky. Jamaican Yonder, we made it thunder. We missed New Year's and summer, salute the gunners. I ran with Chow Chow, I ran with Gans. I ran with Skeety Mo Bezo and Mike Farrington. I ran with Chow Chow, I ran with Gans. I ran with Skeety Mo Bezo and Mike Farrington. All my niggas up it. This album, yeah, niggas get all of me.
Keyshawn is an excellent body puncher. He dropped and knocked out Dennis Baranchik with 2 body shots in his world championship winning fight. He is a committed body puncher, and that's going to be key here. Jamaine Ortiz wants to move. Jamaine Ortiz is really athletic. The best way to slow down that athleticism is to whack Jamaine Ortiz to the body.
There's a right hand from Davis. Gets Ortiz off balance a little bit. Fighting this at 140 pounds.
That's a quick counter punch by Davis when Ortiz just fell off guard. He fell short with that right hand. That's exactly what you have to do. You want to pick him up with those uppercuts. That was quick thinking by Keyshawn Davis.
A little surprised Jamaine Ortiz standing in the middle of the ring. You see that wide stance for Keyshawn Davis. Gets a lot of power behind his punches because of that stance. It makes him a little bit less elusive than Jamaine Ortiz can be.
Ortiz triple jabbing his way there.
Some fighters can still be athletic and powerful with that wide stance. It takes athleticism, but some could do it. Roy Jones Jr. is one of them.
That's a special fighter.
Felix Trinidad is another.
And there's another special fighter.
I'm just saying, you know, the white stance is a misconception when it comes to the lack of power.
No, I think the power comes from that wide stance. I just think it makes him a little bit less elusive, a little more flat-footed because of that stance.
Keyshawn Davis from Norfolk, Virginia, the same hometown as Hall of Famer Pernell Whitaker.
Stabbing jab down there.
Yeah, Ortiz being a little more stationary than I think a lot of people thought he would be.
One thing about Ortiz is that I think he's learned a lot from previous fights. He learned that he'd be better conditioned after the 12-rounder against Lomachenko, and he probably learned after the loss to Lopez that he's got to try to win rounds more definitively. He can't just try to pitter-patter his way to success, especially against the guy that's going to be coming forward.
Round off balance wobble shot there with the right hook.
Keyshawn Davis, a silver medalist in the 2021 Olympics in Tokyo, lost in the final to Andy Cruz. Was a finalist in the 2019 Pan American Games, lost in the final to Andy Cruz. And the same thing happened in the World Amateur Championships, lost to Andy Cruz. He's 0-4 against that fighter, but last week you saw the Instagram post from Keyshawn where he was swinging his belt saying how happy he was that Andy Cruz lost his first pro fight.
Oh, if you're going to lose that championship record, that undefeated record, I mean, that's the way to go. It was an incredible fight with Raymond Murataya, and not a bad way to get blemished.
You see Jamaine Ortiz fighting out of the southpaw stance. He is a naturally orthodox fighter. He just will switch often. If it's not going well for Jamaine in this fight, we'll see him back in orthodox.
Yeah, and he fights from both stances pretty well. You know, when I was studying him, I thought he fought orthodox. But then I saw him switch up to the southpaw stance. He actually fights better from the southpaw stance. Kind of like Bud Crawford. Of course, not to that high praise, but when I watch Bud, you would think he's naturally a left-hander. He's not.
Ortiz said he would frustrate Keyshawn Davis. Do you see him doing that so far, Sergio?
No, I think Davis is in control. He's looking for the right shots. I mean, Ortiz is getting his respect. He's not really landing nothing, neither is Keyshawn just yet, but I think shots like that.
Hand from Davis.
He caught Jamaine Ortiz switching stances there, back in orthodox. Jamaine Ortiz not ready for that right hand.
And that's what you don't want to do, is switch stances. You got to stick to one. Davis is stronger than I thought, and this is the first time I see him up close, and he's an explosive puncher.
Yeah, he's pulled out nicely at 140 pounds.
Yes,
In fact, he's been saying that his time at 140 is probably going to be pretty brief. He can't win a huge fight. In his next fight, he's going up to 147.
Look at the pressure that he's applying on Ortiz. Heavy front foot pressure, cocking that right hand. How Ortiz really thinking?
And he's slowly closing the gap as well.
You can see the confidence in Keyshawn through these first 2 rounds.
The look in his eye, the confidence, the body language, the aggression from the pressure that he's applying. Nothing's really happening, but you can see that Keyshawn has just imposing his will, little by little on Ortiz.
Keyshawn Davis made his debut on the undercard of the Canelo Alvarez-Abney Yildirim fight in Miami. Who could forget that abomination of a main event? Davis feeling the flow here at Madison Square Garden so far.
Ooh, just a home left hook there by Davis, trying to time Ortiz.
Round 3 scheduled for 12. Is this fight looking the way you thought it might, Sergio?
Well, the thing about Ortiz, he's a championship spoiler, so he knows how to hang with these champions. But Davis is on another level of championship talent. I mean, he's explosive. I don't really know if he's a boxer puncher or a puncher boxer, because he's on the front foot so much, looking for big shots. But he has great timing, great accuracy, incredible reaction and instinct. Just impressive.
And Ortiz trying to mirror the posture of Davis as you look at Chris Mannix's scorecard.
Yeah, I've got a 2018 2-0 in favor of Keyshawn Davis. A 12-3 edge in body shots for Keyshawn Davis in the first 2 rounds. That's going to be a big part of his offensive output. No better way to slow down the movement than keep digging to the body. And I tell you, I'm impressed with the patience of Keyshawn Davis as well.
Right hand from Davis. He's being a little more active than the first 2 rounds. Starting to open up a little bit. Ortiz trying to answer. What's Ortiz need to do differently, Sergio?
I think this is his fight. I think he's doing just well. Just patience. He needs to pick his shots. Not go punch for punch with the quicker hands of Davis. He's more explosive. So pick your shots, and then when you're on the inside, get what you can.
I think he's got to move more. He's got to make Keyshawn Davis
Kinda
to him. That's what really frustrated Teofimo
Lopez.
Lopez. Go back and watch that fight. 6th or 7th round. Teofimo finishes the round and looks out of the crowd wondering why they can't get Jamaine to fight. But Jamaine had a game plan to move and to outbox Teofimo. Right now, he's kind of in the middle of the ring, fighting a different type of fight than I expected.
I got to disagree. Look, the way you're not going to compete with Davis' speed and explosive power. You got to fight Davis just like Nair Albright did. You got to frustrate him. You got to do exactly what Ortiz is doing right now. You give him a little, you take away a little.
I just think Albright had a little bit more pop than Jamaine Ortiz has.
No punch. Yeah, maybe one punch pop, but I think Ortiz is stronger, if that makes sense. On the inside, you can see that he handles his own wrestling on the inside with Davis.
Ortiz needs to be careful when he comes running in, catching one of the shots, although he landed a nice left there. Best punch maybe of the fight for Jamaine Ortiz.
Short left hand by Ortiz, landed perfect on Davis. Davis ate that up pretty well. See, right here's where you got to take it away from Davis. He's landed a good shot, now box. Now get on your back foot. If you can alternate fighting on your front foot, getting your next and going back, that's how you're going to frustrate someone like Davis.
Stop. No punch. Stop. No punch.
And that's probably the same game plan that Teofimo needs to bring to Shakur.
He's no bigger NBA fan than Spike Lee.
It's got to be the shoes. Here we go, round 4 through 12. Did you give that round to Ortiz, Chris? It seemed pretty close.
Ortiz had a nice finish there, but I thought Keyshawn landed the cleaner shots in the first 2 minutes of the round.
I agree. He was on the front foot trying to push the fight as well. Even though Ortiz is excellent on the back foot, you got to respect the front foot aggression that Davis has. He's not really landing nothing, but he's imposing his will right now. Great boxing by both.
Do you like this jittery style from Ortiz? Just try to give him a different look.
That's exactly his style. That's what makes him a spoiler.
To me, Jamaine Ortiz got to land one of those short shots and then get out, back off, and make Keyshawn Davis chase him. He's got to frustrate Keyshawn. He's got to make Keyshawn overextend, make some mistakes.
All right, stop. No punch.
Ortiz, a 50% KO ratio, 10 knockouts in his 20 wins, coming off a third-round stoppage back in August.
All right, stop. Watch it. Straight back. Go.
Big left hand there by Ortiz.
Stop. No punch.
Ortiz closes the distance and the range really fast. You know, Keyshawn's looking to be explosive with counter punches, but Ortiz closes that distance really well. Excellent timing by Jamaine Ortiz.
Keyshawn from a fighting family. His brothers Kelvin and Keon also fight professionally.
Tell you what, man, Ortiz is looking sharp this round. And he's been looking sharp the last 2 rounds, competitive. But right now, this is Ortiz's round. I like the way he's looking. He can continue this and start getting respect and pushing Davis back like he is right now, impose his will, get some respect.
Seems like Ortiz, though, expending a lot of energy with all this movement. Wonder how he's going to look in the championship round.
I think he'll be okay, just based on the Teofimo fight, where he looked as fresh in the 12th round as he did in the first. He was moving a lot more than he's moving right now.
And based on his physique, he looks in incredible shape. I like those foot feints by Ortiz. See that? Nice little foot feint. Nothing's landing. But I like the strategy by Jamaine Ortiz right now. He's on the front foot, he's foot feinting, he's landing some good shots, good body shots there by Davis.
That slowed Ortiz down.
Yeah, it did.
But overall, a pretty good round for the Massachusetts native.
All the way back. Stay in the paint. Thank you. Stay in the paint.
Super lightweight battle, 140 pounds between Keyshawn Davis, Jamaine Ortiz, round 5 scheduled for 12. Davis, a world champion at 135 pounds, moving up to 140, and as Chris mentioned earlier, he might move up sooner than later to 147.
Davis is going to try to have to make it a little bit more physical, take more chances here, because Ortiz is actually fighting good at the outside range, that mid-range. Good upper body movement, strong, as you can see right there, picking Davis off the ground. Davis is going to have to get a little bit more aggressive. I think there's combinations and front foot pressure.
Let's check out Chris Mannix's scorecard through 4 rounds.
Yeah, I've got 3 rounds to 1 in favor of Keyshawn Davis. Got pretty clean through the first 3 rounds. Nothing spectacular, but worked that jab and worked the body. Gave Jamaine Ortiz that last round. Effective round. Nothing big landing on Keyshawn Davis, but snuck that jab in there. Few body shots. 39-37, Keyshawn Davis.
Let's see if the fan zone agrees. All 4 rounds they have given to Davis. I thought an argument could be made to give that first round to Jamaine Ortiz.
I don't think so, Todd.
It's a competitive fight, but I see Davis controlling the action. And no one has really taken control.
Score your own fight, Todd.
Well, we can always scroll through Twitter and see how they feel about your scorecard.
This is what I'm talking about, Jamaine Ortiz. They're calling him a championship scorer. He knows a good body shot right there. That caught the attention of Ortiz. He didn't like that body shot.
And now Ortiz, the movement has stopped, and this is where Keyshawn can jump on him if he chooses.
Let's go. Control his head now. Head you up. Con la mano arriba.
Jamaine Ortiz, one of 7 children in his family, began fighting in Worcester at the Boys and Girls Club, as so many fighters have done over the years. Always such a good organization. And he's stuck with it. He's of Puerto Rican and Dominican descent. Coming forward now against Keyshawn.
I like that upper body movement by Ortiz, but I like to see him jab his way in instead of just muscling or trying to be athletic like that. See, that's roughing your way in. You got to jab your way in. The upper body movement's there, but do it with some punches as well.
The movement's fine, but you got to stop throwing punches. If you're going to fight this particular style where you're not landing consequential shots, you've got to increase your activity.
Agreed, and it doesn't have to be big punches. It could be jabs. It could be double, triple the jabs. But I like his foot feints, the upper body. Just put some punches behind it.
Well, speaking of jabs, Davis has landed 31 compared to just 6 for Ortiz.
And that's been the difference of this competitive fight. I mean, they're going back and forth, but only one guy's fencing with the jab, and that's Davis.
There's always that front foot battle to watch when a southpaw, or when he's in a southpaw stance, taking on an orthodox fighter.
There's a long jab by Ortiz. If he can continue doing that jab, backing up Davis and try to get something going. Nice pivot move by Davis to get control again and backing up Ortiz. Beautiful boxing right now by Davis.
It's a little restless.
It's surprising to me to see Ortiz willing to be backed against the ropes or hang in the corner. He was so effective against Lopez, just spinning out and frustrating him that way.
You can hear the corner imploring Ortiz to go back to the jab. Keyshawn pushing forward. Nice jab followed up by a right hand.
This is a really good performance from Keyshawn Davis. The ring generalship has been solid through the first half of this fight. Those jabs from Ortiz, Sergio, even when they come in, Keyshawn's parrying a lot of them away.
Maddox, for the first time, I agree with you. Look, not much is happening, but Keyshawn, he's doing a lot of subtle, great things that's keeping Ortiz from doing what his coaches want him to do, jabbing, coming forward, and throwing punches. Keyshawn is preventing him to do that. It's a slight foot feints, it's a counter shot. It's a selection of punches that he's throwing.
Swing and a miss with the uppercut from Ortiz.
There you go. Nice, there you go.
Is this the Keyshawn Davis you thought you would see tonight, Sergio?
In the first half of the fight, not yet, but we still got the second half of the fight. And look, you got to respect Jamaine Ortiz for keeping him quiet in this first half. These are two world-class fighters.
Look, the more stationary that Jamaine Ortiz stays, good shot
Nice
there.
left hand, yeah, from Jamaine.
The more stationary he stays, I think it's better for Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn is the bigger puncher between the two.
Let's go. Double jab back to the
That jab is just money for Davis. Continues to score almost at will with it.